we're actually going to play some original. This is a first on the show. We're going to play some original Due Dissidents man on the street footage shot by Russell Dobular here under the High Line. Yeah, we're going to actually play footage of workers at the Whitney Museum protesting outside of the Whitney Gala because they just joined the Auto Workers Union 2110, and they are trying to negotiate a favorable contract. And so here is some footage that Russell took. There's just a few minutes here, but he did some interviews, and we'll see some stuff, and then we'll throw to Russell to explain more.
All right, so I love they're having a strike here, and you have all these wealthy people coming here for this opening. It's amazing. Is this a private event they're doing right now?
Yeah, it's a gala.
What is it?
Whitney Gala.
They're doing the Whitney Gala. While you guys are out here striking.
Well, it's the other way around.
How do you feel about them doing the Whitney Gala while you all are out here striking?
Well, that's why we're doing it right now.
So who do they get to work if you're out here on strike?
I'm working later.
You are working.
I'm going in later.
So y'all are still working. You did this during, you're not on strike. Okay. All right. So it's a demonstration, not a strike. Okay.
I quit for the union wages.
What's disgusting?
Union busters.
What's outrageous?
So how do you feel when an organization that's progressive like the Whitney doesn't want to pay fair wages?
Pretty hypocritical of me. It's bullshit. The art world claims to be, this and that, but it's still an elitist place like anything is these days. I actually don't work for the Whitney too. I'm just helping out my friend who works for the union. But you see it everywhere with that type of stuff. Any art museum, art institution, schools, it's the same shit everywhere else. So I don't know. Down here, fucking, it's like
Right. They had that at the New York Times when they tried to unionize.
Yeah, anywhere. I think in general, workers need to be a main priority, and they're not in this country at all.
Why are you protesting the Whitney?
Fair wages.
We are the Whitney. We're protesting for a contract, a fair contract, fair wages. We're not against the Whitney. We love the Whitney. We are the Whitney.
Okay. All right. What jobs do you do in the Whitney?
Registration. Everything. That's right.
We are the people who take your tickets. We are the people who move the exhibitions around. We are the people who educate the visitors. We're the people who write the texts. It's all of us. It's a wall-to-wall union.
Okay. Do you have a union?
We are organized. We do not have a first contract.
You guys have voted and ratified the union?
Yes.
Okay. So now you're negotiating your first contract.
Yes.
So you're basically where Chris Smalls is with Amazon. Why won't they give you a contract? What are the points of
They don't want to give up the money. That's how it always is.
Right.
They don't want to give up no money to no employees. They want to run it how they run it, but they can't run it without us.
Okay. All right. Now, how do you feel when progressive organizations like the Whitney will not give people fair wages?
Well, we hope they will.
Hypocritical.
It's hypocritical, right?
Hypocritical. You can't have exhibitions. You can't have artists. You can't have art that talks about labor and wage, and then you not paying your own people, the people that make this place happen. So it's hypocritical. Simple and plain.
It was just amazing seeing all these wealthy people pull up in their SUVs and walk into the Whitney right past these people striking. Not one of these motherfuckers got back in their SUV. Not one of them. They basically ignored them like they weren't there. They didn't care.
Yeah,
and I'm sure these same exact people have the sign on their lawns. All lives matter here.
Right.
They just walk past these people like garbage.
Yeah. Well, that gala raised $5 million that night. And here you got these guys out on the street trying to get a better contract.
And these weren't just Whitney people. Apparently, all these different museums unionized at the same time. It's like the Whitney, Lincoln Film Center, they all it was like 5 of them unionized at the same time. But a lot of them were there to support the Whitney workers.
Yeah, great, good.
Yeah, they unionized post-COVID when, hours were cut and stuff like that, that they saw that as a sort of organizing opportunity. And so they all unionized there. And yeah, you had people from Lincoln Center come down and join the protest. You had people from all different other sorts of museums. So you had people who were very familiar with the sort of, hypocrisy of the arts world. And, that's just interesting. I mean, that's right in our wheelhouse. This woke liberal organization like the Whitney, you have all these, liberal millionaires showing up, giving the place $5 million. More than half of the workers at the Whitney Museum make less than $20 an hour now in 2022. Which, if you're making less than 20 an hour, less than 20 an hour anywhere now is a joke wage. In New York City, that's a joke wage. Anything under 20.
Where you're going to have to live under the High Line. It'll be convenient to work.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, less than $20 an hour. There was a journalist who showed up to cover that from Texas who was really shocked by that.
The whole economic left needs to adopt. We need to take a page from Henry Hill. Anytime they start talking this woke shit, say "fuck you, pay me."
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That should always be the response. "Fuck you, pay me."
Yeah. Right.
As they start saying, "Well, our diversity is our strength." "Fuck you, pay me." See what they say. Okay, because they'll never have an answer to that. Yeah, because you go to a place like the Whitney, Jesus Christ, man! I remember going to the Whitney Biennial 30 fucking years ago, man, and it's all. Not that long, maybe 25, and it's all that, labor and capital and all of that shit. Look at how they treat people, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that's what the guy said. That's what the guy said. You have all these like labor focused exhibitions and
sure.
Right.
That's for the people. Well, for them to feel good about themselves.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's really a thing,
That happens everywhere though. Like if you distill that down, it's the art world thing too, because if you distill it down to like who's jockeying for position upstate of the Whitney, meaning the Hudson Valley, it's like woke liberal art scene BS, and they're like, we care about the community, and they don't do anything to help the economics of the lower income class to get anywhere. They're just looking to like, well, we got to get that position, so sorry guys. But it's endemic of the whole museum and whole art world thing where like the money's not going where it needs to. The money's not going where it should.
Well, I love the guy. We're going to edit this into a segment. The guy,
money's not being invested into the organizations. Like that guy said, we are the Whitney. The money is not being invested into these institutions and organizations in a way that reflects the fact that labor is these institutions, whatever they might be, right? The money's going somewhere else.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's. We've said that we've made this point a million times. It just exposes how left out of the game labor actually is.
The director of the museum there makes $1.1 million.
Just unbelievable per year. That's their annual salary.
Yep. The director of the museum director gets $1.1 million.
$1 million a year to run a museum. It's a New York City museum.
It's a high-end demanding job. A lot of jobs like that are really about your ability to schmooze people for money.
And you guys both know that.
$500,000 seems like a fair salary for that. You're making more than the fucking president.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
Yeah, like it's a very specific skill set, but
they're the boss.
Yeah,
they're the boss. But you guys both know $1 million a year ain't shit in the art world.
Well,
right? How much do those things sell for? All the those guys. You're talking about billionaires and multi-millionaires.
Well, there's a lot of money. Yeah, no, there's a lot of money. My friend used to work at Sotheby's.
It's a big money laundering scheme.
Right.
Yeah,
well, yeah. Well, this was what I loved. This was my favorite sign.
You're getting paid $1 million a year to manage a money laundering operation.
Basically.
They should hire Hunter Biden to run the
That's
Whitney.
why nobody cares that the art sucks.
Right.
Well,
Like, until you understand that this is about Colombian drug lords moving their money, they don't really care if it's a fucking black canvas with piss on it. Then the art world makes sense.
Well, that's why I love this guy's sign here. This was a guy you took a video of here. This guy's sign is great.
That is good.
Minimalist
That's
art,
great.
minimalist pay. It should have said, because I thought that sign should have said bullshit art, bullshit pay. Because it's really what most of it is. It's bullshit art. And
It
they
really
pay
is.
bullshit.
It
Yeah.
really is.
I mean, you know, you look at, I mean, the Sistine Chapel, that's art, you know? Okay, that's art. You know, the stuff they got at the Met, you know, Van Gogh, that's art. What the fuck they got at the Whitney Museum? They got a museum here in Beacon. People line up to see the fucking Dia Museum. One of the exhibits is literally a pile of dirt. Right?
Yeah,
It's in the Dia Museum.
I read about that.
Literally
I
a
read
pile
about
of
that.
dirt that people line up to. They come from the
was up
city to
there.
see fucking dirt. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's insane.
No, listen, man. I was a theater art. So
Right now, somebody's freaking out. You don't know what that dirt represents. I'm going to tell you.
There actually is. Here's a bit of trivia from a New York City tour guide. I never visited this space, but to all the schmucks who were taking the train all the way up here to look at dirt at the fucking Dia Museum,
I know what you're talking. I know. What
there's a room called the Earth Room in New York City.
Yeah.
It's on the Lower East Side somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
Room full of dirt.
I was thinking about putting together a tour of like all the weirdest sites. That's how I
Yeah,
found
well,
out
me
about
too.
that.
And I was gonna put that one on there. Yeah,
Yeah,
room
yeah.
full of dirt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, or you could have just gone to Central Park.
Yeah, they got dirt there.
they got
dirt there
all the
too.
dirty No, look, I was a theater art double major, and as soon as you have to study art history for that major, and as soon as they got into the 20th century, it just goes nuts, man. It's like the end of the 19th century. You got, you're reading the letters that the artists wrote to each other, and it makes sense. They're talking about how to capture light in a realistic way, and Monet is experimenting with brushstrokes, and right. Then you get into the 20th century, and it's just like, yes, I'm going to create a form of art that will instantly spiritually enlighten people when they see it. And you look at the art that was produced, and it's, like little white dots going across a red canvas. And it's just, okay, this is fucking masturbation.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. Like, you're not going to get me to say the emperor's wearing fucking clothes. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. 2 + 2 does not equal 5. I'm sorry.
Right.
Please clap.